those of you who don't know me. Operation Christmas Child is something that our church does every year. This year, 2025, we packed 528 boxes, the most we've ever done. So what I want to let you know is myself and 3 other ladies from our church just went to the processing center for Operation Christmas Child. So what that is once our boxes get packed here, they go to a processing center. There's about 6 of those throughout the United States. Ours go to Charlotte, North Carolina. It's a big warehouse where there's, what are those called? The rollers. Conveyor belts. Yes, conveyor belts. So the boxes are on conveyor belts, and we take a box, and every single shoebox has to get opened up and looked through. Because there has to be, if there's things in the shoeboxes that shouldn't be there, like liquids that could spill and ruin the whole box, those have to be taken out. Or soap or things like that shouldn't be in there. We have to take those out. And those get then distributed to homeless shelters and things like that. And if the box isn't full enough, then we put things in it, like stuffed animals or school supplies and things like that to make the box full. Okay, so then they get taped up, and then they get down the conveyor belt and shipped off to whatever country they're going to. So that's what we got to do for two days, 6 hours a day for 2 days. That was so much fun. So we're going to tell you about that. Me and our 3 ladies are going to come up here and share our experience with you. That's what we want to do. So you guys can come on up, and I'm not talking first because I'll talk too much.
They can talk first.
We're going to let them talk.
Yeah, it was, watching this made me think about, I taped a lot of those boxes. And I'm like, and how are those kids getting those untaped? Because and some of them were so full, we couldn't take things out unless it was something that couldn't go, like if it was something that would remind them of war or something like that, those kind of things would be pulled out. But if we took something out, we had to put something back in. And it was just a really, I can't even explain it. You get kind of choked up sometimes, and you see some of the neat things that people put in boxes, for different age groups and things. It gives us ideas for next year, some things that we can put in, and it was just it was humbling. It's amazing. There were youth groups helping to go through boxes. There were older people. There were a lot of Amish people. I mean, it was just everybody, different walks of life were there. And I mean, we were at Station 31 one time. I don't know how many more stations there were that we worked at. 65. And each, 12 to 14 at each station. That's a lot of people that were there just in the hours that we were there. And there was another shift that came in after we left the first day. And then we were the last shift the next day. Our feet killed us, at least for I'm just saying 6 hours on my feet on concrete was hard. But it just felt like I don't know, I can't even explain it. It was amazing.
You feel the peace of God.
Yeah, it just, and it just made your heart happy. Because we knew, the one day was over 1 million boxes, right? By the time that day, one day. And that's 1 million kids. They're going to get a box, and you saw the smiles. So it's just amazing. So
You're doing such a good job. I'm Anna, and I replaced Tammy. Tammy wasn't able to go due to work problems. And I'm a new Christian, and so this was all very enlightening for me to see all the love of God and the love of what they were doing for the children. They had our second shift was an evening shift, and they had a bunch of young people there, I would say students. And so they were all lively and everything in the beginning, and after they came back from lunch, they weren't so lively. but still, they did a lot of package, so there was a lot of noise, you know, a lot of praise music and Christmas music, and then we had some breaks with speakers there that was very enlightening with that and telling us what all the Christmas Child operation was all about. I had also bound with my sisters here, and so thank you, Tammy. You know, I'm sorry, you know, but and I am sorry too. I had a little fall while I was there, and that was scary because I thought, here I am so far away, and I thought maybe I broke a bone, or knee, but I was fine with that. But learning to grow with Christ and the warm feelings that Marla was just saying is very true. It is different. You know, it's just spiritual. That's all I have to say.
Just so you guys do know, a couple days before we went down, there was news about one of the Samaritans. I'm echoing, that's why I'm trying to move. Gotta be the spotlight, sorry. There was news about one of the Samaritan purses going down, and we actually got the testimony from what happened on that trip. So it was a medical airplane bringing medical supplies to somewhere, and someone had snuck on the plane, and it wasn't a very big plane. About some of the sizes of the planes that Brittany works with was about the size of the plane that this gentleman snuck onto. Mind you, middle of the flight, he pops out and tries to hijack the plane. Every time the pilot mentioned the name Jesus out loud, this man started calming down. The pilot kept flying and circling around for 5 hours. And in that 5 hours worth of time, he was able to share the gospel of God with this hijacker and then bring him to salvation in this same process. From start to finish, in 5 hours worth of time. And also helped convince the man, turn yourself in when we land. The reason they had to land was they were running out of gas. But God's hand was in all of that. That those medical supplies were able to be transported to where they needed to go. A man who, although he was there to commit a crime, gave his life to Christ, and God kept everybody safe. One thing that stuck out to me most this year was we put these boxes together, not knowing who these kids are going to, not knowing what they need. But we serve a big enough God who already knows who needs those boxes and what they need in them. And the one thing that we forget is because in our society, we're taught to only think about me. What do I want? What do I want? Those kids, when they open those boxes, if they've got more than one cup in it, you know what they think? I've got a cup for my brother or sister. I've got a cup for my family. They think about others, even though they have nothing. And I'm going, oh my word, trying to relate that to my children this year when packing boxes. David obviously struggled a little bit because he's the official toy tester, had you not known, okay? and I tried to show him, buddy, what if this was all you had? You didn't have dinosaurs, you didn't have robots, you didn't have baby dolls, you didn't have all of these things, but this is all you got. This is all you would ever know. Would you be happy with this? And he's like, sure. Not a care in the world. You know, but it brought this perspective to me this year of how much God is in every single one of these boxes. Every single one. I can't wrap my mind around how I could do that. But I know that I serve a big enough God who cares about every need before we even mention it. Before we even have the need, He's already supplied it for us. Because it still may be several months down the road before these kids get these boxes. But they're going to get them. at the right time. And to see that happen, to see it come to life and be a part of it, knowing that you here are a part of that journey. It truly is the greatest journey. To get the saving knowledge of Jesus Christ to those boys and girls all around the world that I could never talk to. So I want to say, church, thank you. This is the second year, whether you realize it or not, you've sent me. Okay? You guys have sent me to go 2 years now. And it's blessed me more than I can tell. The feeling and the sensation that you have, the peace that's in that building, just the presence of God that's on each and every one of those boxes doesn't go unnoticed. At times we stop and we pray. We lay our hands on those boxes throughout those 6 hours and we bless them and we say, God, send them to the right kids. And to hear stories about those kids that those boxes got. Alicia's got some notes, I won't share the one story. But it's just amazing to see how God ordains those steps. So don't think, oh, we only packed 500 boxes. No. That's 500 lives. Those are 500 souls that are now in the kingdom of God. So thank you, church.
So one thing I want to share is these shirts Lori and I have on are the shirts that we got while we were at the processing center. So every year we get a shirt. So it's a shoebox that says it's all about Jesus. So they're really cool. They have one too. They didn't wear theirs, which is fine. But I want to thank you here at Victory for all that you do for shoeboxes, because you are all a part of these shoeboxes. You watch our testimonies once a month that we share. I know you're praying. You give money. All the money that you put in envelopes and you mark as shoeboxes, that goes for shipping. You give of your time. You go shopping for donations. You give of your time for setting up for the packing party. You help fold the shoeboxes. Some of you help make school supply kits. You make crafts to put in the boxes. Some of you take boxes to the drop-off locations. And some of our children's workers help our children once a month learn about, once a month the kids get a lesson on Christmas Child. So all of our kids, if you ask any of them, and please do, test our kids and ask them what Christmas Child is all about. They will tell you. And they can probably answer all of the questions better than we can, some of them. So they make crafts. They write letters throughout the year. They do all kinds of stuff with Christmas Child throughout the year. So they do as much or more than some of us, I think. So, she was talking about the atmosphere down at the processing center. When we pull in the parking lot, you can tell there's a change in the atmosphere, because that place is prayed over so much. And the whole time we're there is praise music the entire time. It's so much, it's upbeat too. And it's like, so you're packing boxes and you're singing praise songs, not even realizing it sometimes, but you're just singing praises to God for the entire time you're there. So it's really cool.
Some of us can't help but sing still.
So, and you're dancing and singing and whatever. So we went down on December 4th on a bus, a coach bus, and we got to be the second group on a brand new coach bus. So we were the second group to ever ride on this bus. So that was fun. And then we came back on the 7th. We also got this year to go to the Billy Graham Library down in North Carolina. So that was very interesting. We never got to do that before. And while we were there, I got my lunch tray and I was finding a table, and there was a lady named Diana. She was looking for a place to sit. She was by herself. She asked if she could sit with me, and I was like, sure. These ladies were still all shopping in the gift shop, and I was kind kind of by myself too. And so I'm like, sure, you sit with me. I have some other friends coming. And so we started talking, and she was on vacation from Houston, Texas. She came specifically to come to the Billy Graham Library, and then she was going to go to a Christian concert later that evening. And we started talking, and she wanted to know, I told her why I was there for the Christmas child stuff, but she wanted to know, well, if I wanted to start Christmas child packing at my church, how would I do that? So by this time, these ladies were there too, so we all started telling her about our church and how we started. In 2016, for those of you who don't know, we started packing boxes here in 2016. We did 2 shoe boxes that year, back in our Sunday school with the kids, because we wanted to teach our kids about missions. That's how this whole thing started. And it's snowballed since then, so we did 528 this year. So God has done a miracle. And we told her, and she's like, oh my goodness, wow, that's amazing. And I'm like, yeah, so start off small and watch what God does. He blossoms. And so we were able to tell our testimony to her, and then she was able to tell us her testimony about a lady at work that she's been able to witness to and be able to tell her about Jesus and, bring her along. So that was very, very neat. So it was just a good lunch that we were able to share with this woman that we'll probably never see again. So that was fun. And one of the really cool highlights of our trip was on the bus, the leader of our bus gave us a scavenger hunt. And this was something we didn't do last year.
No.
She passed out this scavenger hunt, and it was a whole list. I don't even know how many things were on it, probably 50 or something crazy. Things that we need to find. And some of the things on there was like cement truck, a railroad, a picnic table,
A camel.
ice cubes, a camel,
A pair of red shoes.
a policewoman. So we were supposed to look out the window of the bus, or just while we're out, like when we're at the processing center, or when we're at the Billy Graham Library, or wherever, if we're shopping, wherever. Because we had time to shop too if we wanted to. Anyway, our time at the hotel, whatever. It was fun. Every time we were somewhere, we're like, oh, she has red shoes. And, we're all like, anyway, looking for all these things. It was fun.
Crazy things. And people are looking at us like, are you okay?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So that was one of the big highlights of our trip.
If you want to entertain us, give us a scavenger hunt.
Yeah, okay, so here is our testimony that the lady on the bus shared with us. Okay, so at one of the distributions, she went to one of the countries where those shoe boxes, the kids got shoe boxes. I don't know what country this was, but there were 2 boys who went to a distribution where they were getting shoe boxes. They got there kind of late, and so there were no more shoe boxes. And they were very disappointed, of course. But they were told there will be another shoebox distribution event later that day, but it's 12 miles away. But if you can get there, you can get a shoebox there. Well, somehow they got there. And now, so you know, these boys just signed up for soccer, whatever country this was. When they got their shoe boxes, they opened them, and inside each of their boxes, they each had a brand new soccer ball, they each had a new water bottle, and a backpack. So everything they needed for soccer. And that was God, because they had everything they needed, but if they got a box at the first event, it wouldn't have been the right ones. So they had to go to the second event. So God orchestrates everything in that. So that's pretty awesome. I want to, I have one more thing. I have something for a person here in the audience that I want to give to. Oh, you have it? Okay, so this person teaches kids about missions. She makes, sorry, I cried. She makes posters and booklets for kids to pray. She helps sort donations when they come in. And she does lots and lots of other behind-the-scenes work. She's helped me with OCC for the past 10 years.
Oh, your mom.
My mom.
Aw.
Sorry. No, it's okay. So I'm going to give you this. It's a shoebox ornament with wings. All right, and that's all. I'm sorry it took so long. I talked a lot. That's why I went last. All right, and now I think it's the kids' turn.
All right, we'll transition from